Let me thank you for joining us this morning in this very important interaction that we are hoping to have today. The issue of gender-based violence and femicide is a huge lot in our democratic short life.
You know, the strengthening of the National Council on GBVF is not something we can do alone. The UN system is here together as a UN family represented in South Africa, but we ourselves cannot do this alone. It really requires the authority and accountability of government.
Today's theme is reforming our national response to gender-based violence and femicide. The theme itself isn't just a policy talk. That's what we should understand. It's about real change for the people in our city, of course. It's about passing laws, but passing laws alone is not enough. We need action that works for the city, that works for the province, as well as the country.
And we want to ensure that government provides the needed financial support, spending approvals and policy inputs to the National Council, would oversee the implementation of the GBVF programs, and that it had the requisite operating environment, so that political will that you need, that the presidency would be able to influence over.
And so I want to urge you, colleagues, that as we proceed, as we are facilitated in the conversations, let's have a frank engagement with this tool, whose intention really was not only to just rabble-rouse, but to rather call to attention where are the challenges, so that we are able to work out a strategy on how do we take this process forward, because all of us are interested in ensuring that no woman, girl is exposed to vulnerability or danger.
My child, your child, the future child must know that whatever change we make, it is going to last. Structurally, the composition must be a non-negotiable.
And so today does offer us this opportunity to ask ourselves, what are the points of convergence? Where are the points where we can come together and push for a common cause or an outcome? What is this outcome that we seek, and how can we use our different strategies to push for this one outcome?
We're looking forward to seeing what will come out of this extremely valuable engagement with you, all our various stakeholders, to shape this work. So once again, a huge thank you to our partner Sonke for convening this dialogue, and we look forward to fruitful discussion the rest of the day. Thank you so much.
So this is really now an opportunity for us to get into our groups, to then say, with all that has been said, how do we process it? What do we make of it? How do we take the issues that have been identified forward?
But I do think it's really important that we prioritize the issue of funding this National Strategic Plan for Gender-Based Violence.
Because there is such limited funding, you often have people or organizations competing over this funding and not actually leveraging the collective power that they might have in the response by being able to work together.
We call on government and all of us to see the GBVF Council and the GBVF as a national disaster, because in terms of inclusivity, there's a gap.
This is my proposal. There's a way forward.
If the chairperson says good to go, I'm willing to listen. We will find a way of connecting with the chairperson, right? Number 2, can I encourage colleagues, if you are not already part of Call to Action, if you're not part of the Fit for Purpose campaign, if you're not part of that Langa, Mpiwa, Sonke team, please plug the colleagues to those campaigns. We need to deploy different strategies to get to our outcome. But the last thing, colleagues, that I want to say, the NSP must be a lived document. It is our responsibility collectively to go back home, if you haven't done it, to say, have you heard about the NSP? This is what it does. This is what needs to happen. Welcome, and let's join in, because addressing gender-based violence requires a whole society approach.